Ladies and gentlemen, I am very excited to bring you this video today. I am sitting next to Billy Spaulding, not only a great musician, a great entertainer, and modern day philosopher, fair to say.
Oh, I love that.
Plus, he has the distinguished honor of being one of the very few people who could probably talk more than I do. So you guys are going to be very entertained at what you hear.
Yeah, but I do mine with a southern accent, buddy.
That's true.
God damn, that's a difference, you know. That's different right there.
That's a great place to start. Why don't you tell us a little about where and when you were born and just growing up there?
Well, I was born in Hills, West Virginia. And you know why? Because
Why?
my mom lived there at the time.
That makes it convenient.
No, I'm a real hillbilly. Yeah, I am. Born March 1st, 1937, right up in the mountains, buddy, where they had the pipe of sunshine in. It was so far up in the mountains. Yeah. And I lived, my address was 8 and Plum. It was 8 miles up a hill and plumb out of sight. 8 and Plum.
8 and Plum.
8 and Plum. That's a little hillbilly humor.
I picked
Very
up on
little,
that.
yeah. And I was raised up in one of those country churches. Started my singing in there, me and my sister, and I was singing, and then they got rid of me. They caught me with the preacher's daughter out in the truck one night. They excommunicated me, got rid of me. And so I went in the tavern and started playing music after that. Boy, I said, if they don't want me in the church. So I wound up being half Southern Baptist and half Catholic. Better known as a porno pedophile.
There we are.
But no, I was raised, I came up here, people asked me, said, what'd you come here for? I said, hungry. Going to the mountains, we didn't have much to eat, you know. And now, after I got here, I said, I didn't even know what a steak was. I thought the steak was a mistake, you know. I never knew what nothing. All we had beans and taters, you know.
So growing up in West Virginia, what kind of led you to, is there any things in your childhood that led you to think the way that you do now, kind of your take on life?
Well, it started from there because see what happens is you start questioning life. Some people become inquisitive, and I was, you know. Matter of fact, I was a baby of family, and I had two brothers that were ordained preachers till they went in World War II, and they came out after seeing all that tragedies, and they could outdrink anybody after that.
I imagine.
But I was a baby of the family, and matter of fact, my oldest brother had a daughter before I was born. I was better known at one time as Uncle Fetus. You know, I mean, really, I got a niece that's 10 months older than me. But anyway, they all played music. You know, mountains, you do the one thing, you either work on cars like they do with NASCAR. They take a car, work them perfect, and just tear it apart and put it back together. It's self-entertainment. And the only outlet you had down there, you know, was listening to the radio or something, you know, battery operated. We had no electricity up in the mountains, you know, and everything was kerosene lamps. Even when I went to school, I studied by that. But my brothers, I remember when they came out of war, I sat there I was like 8 years old. I'm 45, so I'd sit there and watch three of them sit on the back of a truck. One would play the mandolin, one would play the guitar. I was impressed by it. And one of my brothers left a guitar at my house one time. He lived about 27, 30 miles. I didn't see him about once, twice a year. He was the only one that didn't go in the army. He had medical problems, and he wound up having a religious quartet for 50 years. He recorded stuff like that. But they never knew I could even play guitar till my mom one time, when we came to Milwaukee, she had heart problems. My brothers came up here, and so they came to the club where I was playing, and they were very impressed.
Wow.
Because my brothers all, if I couldn't play any better than that, I'd get off the stage, you know.
Yeah.
And they were very impressed with me because I picked a lot of stuff up, and they were very impressed. But been around an environment, but my thoughts and philosophy came mostly out of going to church, you know. And when I was 16, the bishop in that area was very impressed with me, so they took me over to Virginia and they bought me suits and they wanted me to start being a preacher because I had studied stuff. But the difference between being couple of boys that around there that there was a bookmobile would go through town where I lived. I lived in the mountains, but I'd come into town which is out 2 or 3 miles out of the hollow where I lived, and they have a bookmobile. And here I'd go pick up books like The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire by Gibbons and study about the early history of the church. And so I started really listening to programs and stuff and taking everybody's, different ideas. And it got to the point where my brothers, who were raised in the church, one of them got upset with me when I was 16 because and then the other people said I was going on a false doctrine because I was getting away from what they believed. So I was stepping on their toes, And I see it nowadays, things that they would tell you not to do. You can't have a TV in your house, that's sinful, watching programs, these soap operas and all that stuff. But I mean, we did have a TV, but they didn't believe in it, and you couldn't go to movies and things like that. You wasn't supposed to go and participate in the world. Women couldn't wear makeup, they couldn't cut their hair, they had bobbit and stuff like this. So I thought, it's just unbelievable. Girls couldn't go swimming because they had to wear bathing suits. That was called men to lust after them. So strict. And I found out to think out most of it's like the Catholic Church, most of the deacons and that, I used to watch one of them would bring this girl in, and he was a pastor in a church, and I could just see him, just watch how they operate. He was messing around with that, and half of them were hypocrites, and that's the same way today. And then, like I was telling you about Donald Trump today, but about the evangelistic, they're backing him up because they're pro-abortion, but that's the only one they got. All the other commandments you can break, you can have 3 wives. And I tell them John the Baptist lost his head because he told Herod he couldn't have his wife. But I come to the young to start to see how people were. And then I thought about Jesus, because I had studied the Bible. And I remember when every time he'd turn around, somebody was criticizing him for something. And they'd say, you can't talk to that people over there. And Jesus said, a man is without honor in his own country. He had to talk to, and they were trying to tell him how to live the life, And he saw what they were doing in the temple. He become radical. I said, here's a guy, 33 years old, told him, the people there, that you're a generation of vipers. You're all hypocrites, Pharisees, and all this different sects. Went in the temple, dumped over things. I mean, he got arrested for that,
Sure.
Dumped the money changers they were using the temple for money laundering or whatever you want to call it today. But it depends how you want. If you take religion to fit your own agenda, it's fine. It's like I watched just before I left the house today. I was watching different Christian groups, the same Christian thing. Some of them against Trump because of the way he used all that stuff. But anyway, as I was young, I was really looking into it seriously, So it helped me in my music business and everything because I learned how to treat people. I pretend people walk into a place as me, how I want to be treated, greeted, and things like that. But I watch everybody around me, and I get disgusted with humanity because I like decent people and
Sure.
And like these people here.
So fast forward to present day. You're a musician and entertainer. If you ever had a chance to see Billy Spaulding and you live in the local area, you have to check him out. It's well worth the time spent. But safe to say that you're living what your passion is at this moment.
Yeah.
For those people out here that they do stuff for the money or they do stuff. Do you have any?
I never did think too much about getting paid when I was on stage. I'm doing things for the moment. Never thought about the pay. Nothing. Nowadays I do.
Well, you have to think a little bit about it at least. So here's a serious question. My book, upcoming, that your interview is going to be in, is about how people face challenges in their lives and how everybody has challenges, be what they are, and yet they still come out with a positive attitude and and live life with passion.
Right there's the word. Each day, grateful. If you to put that in your life every day, you won't have a problem. You'll be so thankful. Instead of bitching about what you don't have, be grateful for what you do have. Because you look at the world and look at people with Haiti and stuff now, you know, people think they're not human, they're not us, so that it don't bother us. Those are creations just like we are, hurt the same way, you know. And that's my biggest downfall, has been contented. Because if you're happy and contented with your life and grateful, you won't try to get more. You won't become greedy and to go get more, because you're contented with what you got. So it does take away from ambitions to do more, you know.
Well, my question to you is this, and this is one thing that I admire about you and about a lot of people I've been putting in this book. For the longest time, I think you mentioned your sister started singing in 57. You started in 59, was that?
No, I started in 57. She started in 55, I believe it was, yeah.
And you guys, in fact, the first time I saw you, you were singing with your sister, and now because of her medical condition, she is not able to perform, and
Right.
you've had your own fair share of medical run-ins with the heart. And so, what keeps you going? Why not? There's a lot of people who would face that situation, say, you know, my sibling been my partner for 40 plus years. Now they're gone, and I'm just going to give up. What keeps you from kind of getting down? Or
Well, meeting people like you, it gives me a chance to be on Facebook or something.
Well,
that's something
true,
to look
too.
forward to, you know.
Now we're on YouTube, too.
No, on YouTube, yeah. I'm on there already, buddy.
Yeah. Well, now we're on both.
Okay. No, meeting. I tell you what really keeps me going is when I meet nice people. It's just you'd be surprised how people affect me. Like people I meet in the tavern. How much actually, if they really got good character about them, I get kind of uplift out of it. You can see how grateful they are, and see that they're not complaining and bitching about something all the time. You can say bitching on that video, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
We're okay with that.
But people are never contented, and that's frustrating for me. Even with my family, I get arguments with my kids and stuff because they're just not grateful enough. Then, and most of the problems they have, they bring on themselves, which we all do most of them. But instead of being thankful for what they got and grateful, they got to complain about something. And in marriage and everything else, you'll get along, you communicate better if both of you have sort of the same philosophy. Not that you have to be clones of one another and this yes ma'am, no ma'am, just to keep it, which I do a lot to keep argument down.
Sure.
I'll eat it. See, the word I'm sorry is okay if you mean it from the heart. If you don't mean it from the heart, it's wasted. All you're doing is conning yourself and other people.
Right.
And so I've learned over the years to be a pretty good judge of character of people. And that's helped me because I surround myself by people like that over there.
So, you would safe to say that gratitude.
I have more fun hanging around these people, like John and Mary Ann.
So,
besides, I need them.
So, when life does throw you a curveball, when things are getting you down, and there's people out there probably in the same situation, and they're feeling like they can't go on, or what would you tell somebody that in that scenario?
Well, I've seen a lot of baseball players got curved balls, and next time up they hit a home run. So what you got to do is look forward to that next time at bat.
A lot of faith and perseverance.
That's right.
So, is there any advice that you want to give people? Like, so the book's going to be about living the dream, turning the life you have into the life you love. There's a lot of people out there. They punch a clock 9 to 5. They're alive, but they're not really living.
I'll tell you what you know what. To have a good dream is what you need is people to help you create that dream. If you don't have people around you to help you create that dream is no good. It's too hard. How would you like What good to do you to live on an island by yourself like Robinson Crusoe on an island? They have dreams for what?
That's true.
If you can't participate with other people in life, and just like music is no good for me. I don't play it at home. If you can't share with other people and make other people happy with what you're doing, you're not contributing to nothing. You may as well just go on that island and sit there. There's no use having dreams. Those are called nightmares.
You brought up another good point. I think contribution is a very important. If you just do it for the money, you just do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of the Robinson Crusoe.
That's right.
You'll be rich and lonely, and
That's right.
It's what you can bring to other people and the contribution.
The best thing I'll tell you, one of the best things that helped me in life is studying Jesus' teachings. They were so simple. See, my mom had third grade education, but she had just the greatest golden common sense.
Which we know these days, not that common.
That's right. And Jesus taught such simple things. And he knew people that were trying to entrap him. So when he would teach things, he'd talk in riddles, and they're called parables and riddles. And his disciples came to him one time and says, Master, why are you speaking riddles and parables? He said, because for you it is, and he explained what it meant on the side, what this meant. For them, it's not, because he knew they were just curiosity seekers. He had multitudes, and he knew all they were was, you've heard me talk about this, Mary, that they're just curiosity seekers, just like they're doing with Donald Trump. Oh, yeah, because he's speaking to things they like to hear. The Bible says, speak into it to things we like to hear. Preachers know how to do it. That's when they get a congregation, because they'll talk about something that they know these people don't like, and they see other people doing it. Oh, he's a drunk. Oh, yeah, amen, to put down other people that have some weaknesses, to get yourself, and put down other people to uplift yourself and your audience is wrong. That's called hypocrite.
Well, I want to thank you for appearing on the video.
Don't you ask me no more hard questions.
No. We're done. We're done for the video portion. Mm-hmm. So remember, if you want to be the light at the end of the tunnel, follow what Billy Spaulding says. Surround yourself with great people. Be grateful. Have some faith and perseverance.
That's it.
And the light at the end of the tunnel may be you.